Hey everyone, let's talk everyday carry. And I'm not talking about this. Well, welcome back. So there's, a lot of controversy about this. A lot of people think this is what EDC means. The problem is, most of us aren't very well trained with this thing. I practice a fair amount, but I'm not military elite level trained. But one thing that we're normally well trained with, that we're all the time that's around, are these things. We've been throwing these since kids. We're really in trouble. These have their place. I'm definitely a Second Amendment guy, but, this is in a bad situation. A lot of times more handy than this is. This they already noticed and are looking for. This, you're gonna hit. We've been throwing rocks for ages. So anyways, when it comes to everyday carry, I don't think this. What I think of everyday carry is stuff to keep in my pockets. No, not the cell phone, which is handy at times, to keep your butt clean, but the stuff like this. And this other magical stuff that I want to go over with you. And this stuff, besides a little pocket lint, and, it's kind of low, I'm going to have to pick through these shorts. But besides some pocket lint and the ingenuity, there's a long way you can go with just a few basic things. So let's check them out. So the things that I carry in my pocket every day, no matter where I'm going, well, besides flying, TSA, so I kind of abbreviate things. But then again, I am more dangerous to the things I find around me. I'm going to go to those things first than I am one of these. So let's start out with a dog that likes attention. Oh, yes. Yes, my forest dog. Yes. Where's the lizards at, huh? You gonna go get some lizards? Where are they? Where are the lizards? Yeah. You good girls. Go play. Well, since my sidekick left, so let's start with the basics. One, a lighter. A lot of survival guys carry Flint and Steel and this and that because I think it's more badass. Have you ever tried using a Flint and Steel? Have you ever tried starting a fire like that? And they're cold, wet, and all that. The last thing you want to be doing is slipping around with a knife and anything else like that. These things work amazing. Keep them dry, keep them in your pocket, they'll light. If you don't keep them dry and you get them all wet, the flint in these gets instant soggy. Don't even try striking them. You gotta let them dry out really good before you try using them. But the one thing is, if you create a spark by other means, and there's all kinds of ways to do that. One, tearing apart your cell phone, striking a real Flint and Steel together, sparking any sort of batteries together you have, sun, any of that. This thing still provides a gas source, even when wet. So Bic lighters are real handy. The other thing is like warming up locks. You go to get in a padlock somewhere, it's locked out, a cabin or somewhere, and the key, the water's ran down it, frozen it, something like that. Be able to unthaw the lock without putting a torch to the door and burning down the cabin. This could save your life for many reasons. A lighter's just straight up handy. The next thing I carry is chapstick. It's really good for me. I constantly like to keep my lips all covered up. Burt's Bees is my personal favorite, but the other thing about this is if you mix most chapsticks, unless they're real foo-foo-y, perfumey kind of ones, with pocket lint and stuff like that, twist it together, you make an excellent candle wick for starting a fire. So when you're down on sort of things, this is just more foo-foo-y than anything. The next thing I want to go to is this Streamlight Flashlight. Most cell phones carry a flashlight, but I find it a lot more handy and I don't like killing my battery on my cell phone when I'm out. I like having my own flashlight. I can stick this in my mouth, which is mostly what happens. It's got this clip that clips onto stuff, and the clip's also reversible. So it clips onto a hat, or like I clipped onto my glasses and sometimes like that. It's made by Streamlight, and the coolest thing about this light is that right there. It's USB rechargeable, so when you're on the go, there's a little indicator light hole. When you charge it, it's red, it turns to green, you're good to go. I put this thing on the charger like once a month because I feel bad. I use it all the time, and I've never had it come out of my pocket dead. So yeah, I'm pretty stoked on my little Streamlight flashlight here. This thing is handy as all heck. Now the next thing in my pocket that I use quite frequently is this Crescent Wrench. Now my first one was given to me by a good buddy, and I treasure that one very much. And then I also came across this one, and I really like it. This particular one is made by Proto Tool, but you want a little 4-inch Crescent Wrench. Preferably one that'll go up to 9/16. At a minimum, some of them you can get real lucky and find it'll go up to 5/8. But 9/16 is about the bare minimum. But it's handy for just tweaking on things, wrenching on things, all that. It's amazing how much I use this little Crescent Wrench, and it blows people away, and it saves people's day all the time. When you just like, oh, out and about, just hanging out and having lunch, and chair's wobbly, I got that handled. So anyways, this is a very popular save your butt tool. And then the Leatherman. Now this is something that is very personal choice, I guess. Whatever style multi-tool you go with. The Leatherman Wingman is the one that I just fall in love with. The biggest reason is that I wear a belt. I'll get into that in a second, but I don't like things hanging on my belt because they hang up on stuff. This clips on your pocket. It slides down in real easy. I unclip it a lot if I'm around like fancy cars and stuff. I don't dare want to scratch a car checking that out. But yeah, the Wingman. The knife opens from the outside. It's serrated, so it's really good at cutting rope and stuff. It has a pair of scissors that are quite handy dandy. That open from the outside too. I use these quite frequently. You could get other versions. I think it's the Crunch that comes with a wood saw. I never use the wood saw. I have other means of cutting wood generally around, and I'm not playing, build a cabin when I'm just every day. When I go into the forest, sometimes I carry a bit more. But yeah, so the scissors every day, yeah, they're just handy as heck. Inside, the next popular thing is the old pinchers. Anything that Leathermans I really like, because for the most part, the jaws, these ones are getting pretty tweaked. Line up good enough to pick out splinters with. Wire cutters are handy. Just the jaws for grabbing, poking, prodding, whatever. I really like having the Leatherman tool around. It has inside close to about a real Phillips as you get without going to like the 1/4-inch plug-in stuff in some of the bigger tools like the Wave. But yeah, having a real live Phillips works good. Nice big broad flathead. That's also real handy. On the other side, it's kind of a trick little tool here. This is a box cutter. It's just got a little short blade right there. It's meant for opening packages and stuff. If you've ever cut much from cardboard and all that, you realize that cardboard just shreds the regular knife. This is handy just for opening a box. It can't penetrate that deep to tear up content and stuff. Just, cut the plastic open, that sort of thing. That's handy. A smaller screwdriver, a file that I use quite frequently, measuring tape that's just annoying. I wish Leatherman didn't put their name so big on the side, like they got this nice big smurf. Give me a tape measure there. That, I can measure an inch or two. Measuring like I think that goes up to like 1.25 inches or something, just like ridiculous, is stupid. I'd like a couple inches of bill and measure somehow on this. So I normally use, you know, the finger, the thumb, you know, the elbow. I think most of us do that anyways. So anyways, and last but not least, the bottle opener / can opener. A lot of people don't realize that that's a can opener too. But if you open it up, wada, and you work it around the can, you just kind of just chew your way around the can, hooking the edge of the can here and then cutting into it here. You can just kind of cut yourself around the can, left or right-handed. Sometimes one way works better than the others. But anyways, I'm getting down to the very last item that I carry in my everyday carry. So let's check that out. Well, I'm having to pull my pants up, so obviously the last thing on my everyday carry is a belt. This is an old army style one. I really like it. Like everything else in my pocket, this thing I wear with me constantly. The biggest reason is, yeah, my pants fall down a lot, so you know, a belt to look like I'm human is always a necessity. And the other thing is, this is an army belt. It's super duper stitch. It's got this live buckle that you double it back. And it ain't going nowhere. In a pinch, I've used it as a dog leash because my dog is like free range and I don't ever put her on a leash, and every once in a while I need to for some reason, or I goof, I forget a leash. Haha, belt. You guys just get to deal with, you know, where the sun don't shine on me. The other biggest reason why I carry this thing is I could hang from it. You know, you wouldn't want to take a fall from it because it's going to be up around your waist. But if I have to do something, to send something, tie myself off to something, I could do it very readily, and I could do it right to my belt and depend on it. I like that option. I do stupid things and I get myself in funny situations, and sometimes it's nice to be able to go, huh, all right, I'm just gonna hang out here and take a break. I've tied myself to trees and poles. Well, trees. I always figured a pole or something like that. If, you know, things went crazy, I'd just climb a pole and hang out on the pole, let things calm down. So anyways, yeah, my everyday carry. I appreciate you guys joining me, checking this out. I'm going to be going crazy with episodes here on basics, how to get through life, how to just everything, things that I do normally that I start to realize that a lot of people you don't know. I am very thankful for having a great upbringing. I get out a lot. I've been around some awesome people. I have awesome family. So it's just so cool to be able to share some things with you guys and get you guys out more, a little bit safer, and having some more fun.